Welcome home, neighbors.
Welcome home, neighbors.
Hello, neighbors.
We're listening from
Arizona,
Florida,
Maryland, New York,
New Jersey,
Minneapolis,
California,
Utah,
Michigan,
Iowa, Massachusetts,
Georgia,
Canada,
Our home resort is
Animal Kingdom,
Polynesian,
Bay Lake Tower,
Old Key West,
Riviera,
Boardwalk,
Alani Resort,
Hilton Head,
Boulder Ridge, Copper Creek,
Grand Floridian,
Saratoga Springs,
Beach Club,
and Wilderness Lodge.
and you're listening to
and you're listening
You're listening
to
my
DVC Points.
Well, welcome home, everybody, to our August 15th edition. We're kicking off season 6 of the My DVC Points Community Hall Live podcast. And my name is Chad. I am your host tonight. And I've got with me Gina and Marianne, which I'll bring onto the show in just a little bit. But before I do that, I want to give a huge shout out over to our friends at Monera Financial. They have been sponsors of our show for the last few seasons, and we really enjoy our partnership with them because we're able to send them a lot of members to do refinancing on loans that they might have financed through Disney, and they can get that rate down to 9.9%. We've been able to save members hundreds of thousands of dollars through the refinance program. I also got some updates from them this week as well. If you're out there shopping and you're in the situation where you're a little concerned that a new pull on your credit report or more payments showing up might impact your ability to get a house or a car or something big like that, they wanted me to remind everybody and go, hey, look, when you finance through Monera, they have some no credit check models out there, but they also have some credit check models as well. And even if they do a credit check, they do a one-time only pull of your credit file, but they don't report payments onto that. So that debt doesn't show up, so it will not disqualify you from other loans if that's what you're trying to get done. MoneraFinancial.com. Be sure to talk with their counselors. Let them know you heard about them here on the My DVC Points podcast. So thanks for tuning in with that, and hopefully you guys have some good luck with Monera. Let me come back in and welcome back to the show our regular co-host now, Marianne. How you doing tonight, Marianne?
Well, it's been a while since I've been on the show. I don't even know how to unmute myself. Hi, guys. It's so good to be back.
It's great to be back. It feels normal again to be able to come back in and do our live shows. Like you were saying, we've taken off the summer, had a lot of life events happening and things going on. So we just decided to take off for the summer when our viewership is a little bit down. But we are back at it, and we've got a great topic tonight as well.
And we missed you guys. We missed you guys.
We legitimately did. I feel so unconnected with people. This show just kind of like connects the community, and It was great to see all of our regulars back. If you tune in for the pre-show on here, it was nice to be able to see everybody and start commenting and going back and letting you guys know we haven't forgot about you, and we've still got some great relationships and some great meetups going on and everything else. So let's welcome
It truly is.
Let's welcome onto the show tonight our producer, Gina. How you doing tonight, Gina?
Hi. I'm so excited to be on tonight. I was at Disneyland earlier and I texted Chad and I said, you know what? I'll be done early so I can be on. So I'm so happy to be here.
Yes. And so you're on tonight because we don't normally do speculation shows here. So it's just normally not our jam, not our cup of tea. But this issue of Walt Disney World passes coming back and Disneyland having theirs, and this little golden nugget that they threw into the whole Disneyland deal saying, by the way, world people, we haven't forgot about you. It's coming. It's just like, all the pent up frustration.
Yeah. But I have to share. Yeah, I have to share it comparing Disneyland to Disney World because, I do have a Disney World annual pass as well. So
that's right. I think I'm going to break down and buy a Disneyland annual pass as well.
Yeah, it's worth it. It just ends up being worth it. But we'll get into that.
We'll get into that as well. I mean, I really want to see what they want to do with the Premier Pass, which they have hinted is coming back.
Yes.
So let's ask this first kind of question as well. What passes do you have or have you had, or how have you used annual passes in the past? Right. So Gina, what's your take here?
Okay. So the annual passes that I've had in the past and I have currently and whatever. So I had when I first was part of DVC, I didn't know about the gold. So I just got Premier because I figured I'm at Disneyland all the time. May as well get the Premier Pass for going to World. Mm-hmm. Then I realized cost effectiveness is numero uno. So I switched to the Gold Pass. And then I had the Signature Plus for Disneyland, which is comparable to the Platinum Plus, and then the Gold Pass, because who's going to go during Christmas and Easter anyway? That was my thinking. And then they canceled passes. I did renew Gold because I always need to have a pass. They canceled Disneyland, so I had nothing. I had a Legacy Pass, which ends today. And I'm going to do the Dream Key for Disneyland, which is the top tier for the Disneyland.
Got it. Marianne, what's your annual pass history like?
We are Gold Pass holders, and that the first year we were DVC owners, they were celebrating something, and we got Platinum passes that year.
Yes, that was 2017.
And so for
I
that
Gold
year,
get Platinum.
Yep. And so I had bought a Gold and got a Platinum.
Nice.
So for that year, we had Platinum passes. And then I realized as we were using them that we were really only using Gold passes. I mean, we just didn't. The blackout dates for Gold passes didn't really bother our family particularly, and the other perks were negligible for us. So
yeah, the Gold program for DVC members was a core staple of the DVC platform. It was like a key value contributor.
Exactly.
You bought direct. You could buy Florida resident rate Gold passes as a DVC owner. You're blocked out Christmas and Easter, but other than that, you're good to go.
Exactly.
And
those crazy times anyway.
A lot of us looked at it like
this family has gone that crazy time.
That's right. Yes, we heard your war story.
Right. We have done that. I don't know that I'll ever do it again, but for me, that was the only reason I bought a blue card. Right? Was to buy
I think that's most people. That and Moonlight Magics.
Right. But for us, Moonlight Magic, I just have to get darn lucky because we live too far away to plan Moonlight Magic at the last minute.
Right. And from either side, you can't come to us either and do it.
No.
Well,
I can't ever get a room and you're
DCA twice, Disneyland once. I mean, I have, Gina, so.
I've only done land, but I'm saying for Marianne being on the teacher's schedule, they're Thursday night.
Yeah, it's hard, right? It's hard, right?
What I'm not gonna pull my kids out of school because I'm a teacher. I don't pull my kids out of school very often. So
got it.
There you go.
I started off as Gold, and then I got that free bump to Premier that year is at DVC.
Oh, to Platinum, right?
Yeah, to Platinum.
Yeah.
Right. To Marianne's point earlier. And then we started buying Grand Cal. And so I renewed at the Premier Plus because I also had a lot of business trips out to Disneyland one year. So that got me into both parks. And then when that expired, I wasn't planning on going back to Disneyland. So I just dropped down to the Platinum Plus. And yeah, now here we are. I'm finishing out that Platinum Plus. It'll end in February. They would only let me renew to the Platinum.
Interesting.
And
that'll be interesting why that happened too.
Well, it's because they closed the water parks and they said, but then they reopened the water parks and I'm like not clear as what's going on. So that's kind of my history with annual passes is I don't mind paying for the top level. I don't mind going and popping in on those days. Where it was my number one reason for it was back when Galaxy's Edge opened and they did the annual pass holder previews, they only did it to Platinum and Platinum Plus members. So I was like, well, you know what? If I just get one annual pass holder preview that I wouldn't have gotten if I would have kept the Gold, I'll just give them the extra $200.
Yeah.
It's not that big a deal. And so, but I'm kind of sitting in this, I spend a lot of time over in the Moving to Orlando group. A huge shout out to them and the pent up demand we are only second to Florida residents is people who want these annual passes back. And because I sit in both of these communities and boy, oh boy, people are chomping at the bits for this. So we want to kind of have a show to come back in and ask people what kind of passes did they have. And I'm going to go through a couple of the comments here and we'll try to work in as many comments as we can tonight. That's why we're limiting people on screen is so we can come back in and do this as well. And okay. So Rebecca was saying that they had Golden Premier. Lauren was saying She had a deluxe and a signature at Disneyland passes in the past, and she was planning on getting a Walt Disney World one this year.
Hopefully.
And planning a couple of trips there because she probably got some points that she's got to burn out, like a lot of members.
Yep.
And then Ron's like, yeah, bring on those passes. We're ready to buy. Just shut up and take my money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
And then Christy,
Don't say that. Disney will just hike the prices. Shh.
they're going to
Okay.
do it regardless.
It's
just
already
to count on it,
happening. Yeah.
right? But Christy was saying Disney World Platinum and Disneyland Flex last year. But she's going to get the Dream unless the premiere comes back this year,
Yeah.
which I looked at that Flex pass. If they would have sold it to me as
Gonna do it.
as a non-resident, I would have taken it. And Kathy was just saying here, you don't buy for the perks, but that gold pass was a huge deal. That was
Definitely.
kind of the anchor of the value proposition.
Mhm.
And as I was saying earlier, that annual pass is the gateway drug for add-on-itis.
Right.
Because this is the way this works on a legit level. You buy into DVC, I can get an annual pass. Now you have an annual pass and you're going, well, I need to go more to use my annual
and
pass.
I need more points, and it's a whole cycle.
It is.
It's just this whole little vicious cycle that just keeps going around and
whole
around and
cycle.
around, right?
That's why the drug dealers give you the first hit for free.
Exactly. It's so true.
I'm telling you, right? So I'm going, DVC, like, why aren't you on these parks and people and just kind of going, bring back the annual pass? You're killing our sales. We're not doing as many add-ons.
Right.
So hopefully we get that back and DVC can start selling some more, because it is a great value to be an annual pass holder and a DVC member that can just pick up and go, because your room's paid for, the annual pass is paid for. That's called, hey, I found a deal on flights. I'm there.
Let's go. Yeah, let's book
Let's
it.
go. Okay. Enough of that little rant. Holly was saying that they've had gold passes since January 2020. The blackouts don't matter for them.
Mhm.
Another teacher and her spring breaks don't normally align,
Don't
and
be
we don't
fine.
travel during Christmas. So yeah, gold was just beautiful.
Mhm.
John was saying gold or platinum during the promo period. And prior to that, just gold annual passes and just regular AP, which had no blackout dates, which should have just been the platinum then. No blackout dates.
Yeah.
Amy saying, my son and husband don't have annual passes right now, 40 days and counting. Come on, Walt Disney World, send me some annual
Mhm.
passes.
A
Uh-huh.
lot of people are.
Oh
in that
my
same
gosh.
deal.
Uh-huh.
The natives are
Painful.
hostile at my house
Mhm.
because I was the only one that had a
Painful.
pass when the pandemic started. And so-
Painful at my house. Painful.
Yeah. I get dirty everything when I go, because it's just like, and I'm like, well, I've got an annual pass to SeaWorld. I can get you in there.
Not the same.
Same at all.
Yeah. So that's why we went to Alani as well. We were like, okay, no annual passes. We're going to Alani. We'll burn out our points there. And okay. But Tim is saying we need 2 gold annual passes. He's got a couple of trips coming up. So
Yeah,
that's
we
what
need
he's
them.
looking at.
Yeah.
And Lauren was saying that I'm shocked that the prices weren't higher for Disneyland annual passes. We'll get into pricing later on in the show. But my take is they took a lot away. They took away fast passes. They took away max pass. They took away photos. They took away parking from a lot of y'all. So
Except for the dream. Yeah. except for
yeah,
the top.
y'all aren't paying more, but you're getting less. So that's kind of a indirect deal.
Yeah.
And then poor Alicia here finally got her husband after years and years and years and years to agree to passes, and they weren't selling them.
Oh, Alicia. That's the worst.
It's painful.
Yeah, that is the
Yeah.
worst. And
The worst.
and Kathy's just saying, so true. Buy DVC, AP, go more points. Cycle,
It's the
cycle.
cycle.
Yep. We've all done that. Okay.
Yeah.
It's if that's new to you, well, get ready
You
for it.
must be new. You must be new.
Yeah.
Disney probably hates my language there. I call it it's the gateway drug for add-on-itis. So,
It is.
It is.
but that just nails it right there
Mhm.
in pop language culture. And Caleb says he upgraded his gold tickets on our first DVC trip, and I've done it and that way until they took the new pass sales took away.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then Mark saying as well, bought in, got an annual pass, bought more points.
Raise your hand if you're in the vicious cycle. Yeah.
Yeah. And Pedro is saying we've never had an annual pass. He's new to DVC starting in 2020, hopefully joining the annual pass program as well. You will, and you will love it, because if you bought direct, those annual pass discounts are awesome.
Mhm.
They put you on par with a Florida resident for the gold pass and the platinum.
Yep.
And then Christy says, I'm in the same boat. I have it, but the kids' passes lapsed and Disneyland was canceled.
Yep.
That's just more of the same problems. This is the pent-up demand, is why we were saying that we need to have a show on this, so people can start to realize, hey, I'm not the only one who's facing these issues and challenges. And Danielle saying, thankful that she renewed her gold passes and plans to continue to renew again in December. And my husband made me do a cost comparison, and I won, especially adding the Memory Maker cost in, which is Disney's photo pass service.
Right.
That is like what, $200 now if you try to buy it on site.
Yeah.
And it was included in our passes in Walt Disney World. We don't know if it's coming back. I'm probably crossing content here, but so, okay. And Kathy says, I know what they're doing. If one family member has an AP and the others don't, they have to buy regular tickets, which is more profitable for them, not us. And then for a while, they were telling us all that, hey, if you bought the annual passes, if you bought the one-day tickets, we'll apply them to the cost of an annual pass when they come back. Well, it's been a year plus. They're still not back. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. I think we covered that one. Gina, what's our next topic here?
So we're going to discuss what benefits will we gain or lose with these new passes that are coming to Walt Disney World.
So why don't you kind of recap?
I will recap. I'm going to recap Disneyland. So this is my comparison. So for us at Disneyland, we had 7 different kinds of annual passes, from Signature Plus, which had everything full blown. You had everything. You had parking, you had Photo Pass, you had Max Pass, and you had free parking, and you had 20% discounts. We had Signature, which only had exactly the same, but 2 weeks blocked. That was it. Then we had Deluxe, which had more blackout dates, 10%. And you had 10% off on merch and no parking. And then we had the SoCal, which was like 180 days blocked. Then we had SoCal Select, which is like, I don't know, 250 days blocked, whatever it was. It was all the way down to you could only go 3 months a year. And it was like $199 for SoCal people. So SoCal Select, and like some other one. Anywho, what I think is going to happen for Disney World is kind of the same. They're going to get rid of the parking benefit for everyone except for that top tier. They're going to get rid of...
Let's hold on there, because that's a point of discussion, because we have a lot more parking spaces readily available at Walt Disney World than you have in Disneyland.
But here's my thinking on that. If you're staying on site, you get free parking. So anyone who's staying on site will continue to get free parking. Those people coming in with the passes, you'll have to pay. You might get a discounted rate, but you're still going to have to pay something. That's my thinking.
Yeah, the Florida residents, though, I don't know that they're going to be pulling out the wallet to pay for parking as much. So,
does Disney really care about them? Because
Because
ultimately,
they do? Okay. Land they don't.
Because ultimately, do they really spend as much in the parks? Do Florida residents spend as much in the parks as people who do their once in a lifetime, not even us, but the once in a lifetime blowout vacations?
They don't, but they're also regulars, and they also fill in a lot of gaps at restaurants and everything else. I mean,
that's true.
I think they'll continue.
We had a Epcot After 4 pass.
Right, that's true.
Which is nothing but come in for the festivals, come in and buy food. Okay, because if you're coming in after 4 o'clock, you're popping into Epcot for dinner.
Mm-hmm. Oh, exactly.
Now, I have a question for Walt Disney World people. Does downtown, or not downtown, whatever, Disney Springs, do they offer free parking to pass holders?
Free parking for everybody.
Free parking for everybody.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we have to pay for parking here.
Yeah, so it's completely.
Even if you're a pass holder. Yeah.
See, but it's because parking is ample here.
There's
now those towers can get a little crowded. I'm not going to lie, on Friday nights and Saturday nights, but you can usually go to the strawberry lot that doesn't have a tower.
Okay.
And get in, or go to the lot across the street and get in. It's just if you want in like lime or orange, you're going to have some challenges.
Well, and this is the thing too. I mean, when you look at the parks, parking at the parks, you can park in Epcot's parking lot on Christmas Day.
Okay, so
No
it's
problem.
not like us where we have wall to wall.
No, I mean,
and
that
cars.
parking lot is 18 football fields big. I mean, it's huge.
Yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
That's true. We tried to
I
find
mean,
the car.
All of Disneyland will fit in Magic Kingdom's parking lot.
Okay,
Let's
Yeah.
not forget the quantity of size we have here. Okay.
that's true. Everything's bigger.
And targeting back to the disaster trip where we were at the Poly and there was no parking at the Poly for my family. Where did they have us park on New Year's Eve? At Magic Kingdom. So
Yeah, I don't see parking being an issue. Maybe they'll hit the low passes with something
maybe
just to kind of encourage the people to do
To
it.
get the higher tier. That's what I was thinking. They want the higher
But
tier.
even then, like we also had Tables in Wonderland over there, which Florida residents had loved.
Mhm.
And who knows if that's going to come back, which was a killer program as well.
And that was something that I loved, being
Mhm.
able to access that as a DVC member, was the Tables in Wonderland.
Mhm.
I definitely.
So it's
got
like,
my use out of
I think it's a different crowd between Florida and LA. I think it's just a different demographic.
that. Yeah.
And I think a lot more people are going to make a day trip out of going to Walt Disney World and that are locals.
Okay. They don't just do the afternoon after school, because that's everyone for us comes after school, after work, after school.
Yeah. I mean, well, you've got how many millions of people within an hour drive?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, you can get there from Tampa in an hour and a half. But if you're going to drive an hour and a half,
You may
I
as well
know-
stay. Yeah.
I know a lot of people from Tampa that just stay a night.
Yeah. And
And
they may as well stay. Right.
they're real Disney fans. Who is it? It's Scott, and we interviewed him, the Mickey File
Karen.
podcast.
Karen, Scott and Karen Daves.
Yeah, they were telling me they keep like a Florida bag in their car in case they just decide to drive over to Walt Disney World and stay the night. So, okay.
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit different crowds. I think
Okay.
he's going to stay here, right?
Okay.
Now, PhotoPass, I think there's been a lot of people out there abusing it and selling access. Hey, friend me and I'll download all your photos
Oh.
for $40. And I think those people have abused it to the point where PhotoPass is a thing of the past for us.
For
I will
free.
be really shocked if it comes back.
I think they'll do it, but it's going to be you have to pay per day.
Yeah.
It'll be a per park per day fee.
Or it'll be included with Genie and MaxPass somehow. But I don't think we're going to get it for free.
Right.
I
Not
think
never
it'll
yet.
still be I think that's gone and we're going to have to pay for it somehow. That one I think is gone. And like fast passes, we just, make Walt Disney World great again. Bring back free passes. Okay. That's my next t-shirt I got to make.
It's not happening.
Yeah. And
That's
unfortunately,
not
I don't see that one happening there
Now,
as well.
do you think anything that we will gain in the new pass? Do you think there'll be better discounts? What do you think do you think there'll be a gain? I feel like in California, the only thing that we gained was we get 4 of them and they're not as expensive as we thought.
I think that's going to be the gain. Is I think the price will go up, but I don't think it will be earth shattering how much it goes up,
Mhm.
because I think that they will shrink the number of passes. I don't think we're going to get any. I don't think discounts are going to get any better. In fact, I think that if you have a lower tier pass, I think your discount's going to be lower, like the Disneyland one. I just don't see.
I don't see that happening. And let me tell you the reason why. Because at Disneyland, in order to get the discount, you have to physically produce your card. They scan it. The computer applies the right
Oh.
discount.
And now
while-
everything is going to be digital. They told us the key is digital. There's no card anymore. It's all digital, and they still have to scan your phone.
So in
Wow.
Walt Disney World, they don't have the technology or the infrastructure there to scan.
I can show you mine.
So because of that, it's going to be really confusing for cast members who gets 20, who gets 15, who gets 10. I think it's going to stay flat
Yeah.
for us because we just don't have the infrastructure in there to do
Yeah.
that.
So here's my barcode. This ends today. You can take a picture of it and use it if you want. It ends today. But this is what they said. The key is going to be, it's going to look like this, Legacy Pass, but it's going to say Magic Key, and then they'll scan it, and that will be your discount.
Oh my cow. I hope that they don't do that in Disney World, because we still used our magic bands when we were there in June,
Mhm.
but all the people who had been to, because I downloaded it to my iPhone or my Apple Watch into my iPhone, but everybody I saw who tried to use their phone or their watch to buzz into Magic Kingdom or one of the parks, it messed it up every time. Like, it slowed down the
Only
line.
time I've had any problems with it is you have to put on an iPhone, the end of the phone, like up near the top of the screen where the camera is, tap that to the reader and you're good to go. Watch, I never had a problem with. But when I tried to just put the phone up there flat and the bottom was closer, it wouldn't read it. And they were like, no, tip it, put it in,
It's
touch
the whole thing. Yeah.
touch the edge on the top of the phone where the camera's at. And it works like that. So,
Well, and the people that I think that I saw that were having problems was multiple passes on one device. So because if you have a family, you might not have, I mean, my older kids, yes, they all have a device.
Right.
Austin's kids don't have, you're not sending Simon with a, right,
that would make sense.
No.
That would make
Right.
complete sense with that. But okay.
So,
Um,
but, woo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and some comments here. Kathy is saying, "Oh no, Chad, PhotoPass is my life."
And I think they'll make it a separate. You can still buy it. It'll be
I think
a
it'll
separate charge.
I see it going away, and Amy was shocked here to understand people sell that. Yes, they do. If you go in like the Disneyland or the Disney World pass holder groups that are out there on Facebook, you'll see that all the time. And I think those are the people that we have to thank for that going away, if it does. Because it got to be pretty much abused. And then Bev was saying, as an annual pass holder, I used to go to Disney World 3 times a week and spend $100 each day. And that doesn't count what I spent at Disney Springs.
Yeah. And that's not the norm for here in California. They would not spend that much money. They'd spend 50 cents. Like, that's it. That's why they had to increase the parking as well.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Caleb's talking about, he goes, if park reservations continue, the whole photo pass perk might be tied to where you are at, or it will be to the pass holder must scan for the photo. They could put some technological changes in there that just says, hey, look, if you didn't enter the parks that day, you don't get photos.
Access. Yeah.
But I mean, if I buy it for my whole trip and I'm sick and I send the family in,
can they still get it? Right.
Yeah, that's where it gets a little tricky. Okay. But I think that is going to, and we talked about the park reservations here. I think that's a loss. Let's call that what it is.
It is.
Because we went from unlimited to just pop in to having to make these reservations and being limited to, I think they're going to loosen the noose a little bit. And for the upper tiers, I hope we get to go up to 6 days reservations.
Same as us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I tell you though, today there was reservations for today. Tomorrow's the first day of school for a lot of our people. The park was empty. I walked onto everything. I was done by 3 p.m. I did everything I wanted to, and I could have done more. We just got tired. So having the reservation in place kind of was a beneficial thing for today. Now, I don't know what's going to happen come August 25th, but for today with the reservation and the SoCal deal, I really enjoy the reservation.
Well, that's what I've been saying as well. People that have annual passes for Walt Disney World are like, hey, it's summer. It's not that bad. You can still get a park pass for pretty much whenever you want to go. It's just that the holidays and all that gets crazy. And I'm like, yeah, but keep in mind, we've got 18 months of nobody buying an annual pass.
Right.
So once all of those people start coming back in and start taking it up, I hope they launch it somewhat soon during this off-peak season so that we can get that rush of people through before it gets into peak time.
Right.
Is what I really hope happening.
And if it's like the 90 days like us, you can make that reservation for December. Because that's what September 4th, I'm making that reservation for December 4th. So.
And then Danielle asked a great question here. She goes, other than cost, was there any difference currently in the photo pass system at Disneyland and Disney World?
Well, the only thing we don't have a lot of photos on rides. So you'd have to wait in the line and do the photo pass. That's the only difference. There was nothing on the rides. There's like Splash Mountain, Racers, Guardians of the Galaxy. So there weren't a lot of ride photos.
Incredicoaster has them, but you would have to get the number because there's no magic band for them to automatically associate it. And there's nothing for you to tap and say, hey, that's my photo. So
No.
you'd have to like take a
take
photo of
picture
it,
and
get
then
the
input.
code, type it in.
It was a
It was
pain.
kind of a pain to use. And then there they just bundled it in with the Max Pass service per day. So
Yeah.
you didn't really buy it on like the $200 for your vacation.
No,
There.
and then now it's $20 a day and it's unlimited.
Yeah. So like it's just a flat out $20 now.
Yeah.
Okay, because there is no Max Pass.
Right.
So you're still paying the $20, you're just not getting Max Pass.
Right. You're just getting the pictures.
Wow. So that was a price increase as well.
Yeah.
Okay. And Chrissy points out that Shapek said on earnings calls, the Genie app will lead to substantial commercial opportunities, aka upcharges. So you can probably bet PhotoPass will come as a Genie
Yes.
upcharge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Definitely there. Definitely there. Okay. And Danielle was saying maybe they worked out the bugs. My Apple Watch worked awesome last week.
Oh,
Was
good.
actually there were no issues. Yeah, I mean, not being a Magic Band guy now, I couldn't get into the resorts with just tap my phone. I could not get into my door with just simply tap my phone. You had to come back in. You had to log into the phone. It started asking for passwords. And then it was like, oh, okay, even though I've been in the app all day long,
Yeah,
okay,
it
now
kicks you out.
because I'm now letting you securely into your room, now I need to text you a code and have you put this in. And it was just like 5 minutes of fumbling outside your door just to unlock it with a thing.
That's land. That was today. But it was, I mean, it's only a few things. My boarding group had to be on there and my tickets and my discounts and everything.
So it's a great concept. It's just not there yet, is what I'm telling you. Okay.
I like my Magic Bands though.
Yeah,
I
you can
think-
keep them. They're still,
I think they'll
They're
still
not
be
going
good
away.
for a while. I think
Yeah.
there's still benefit.
and then Mark was saying his phone didn't work on his last trip with the door. The app is all having issues in the Florida heat.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
Well, your phone has issues during the Florida heat.
yeah.
Mhm.
You know, I mean,
It overheats. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Amy's saying if they do free parking and photo pass for the highest tier, we will just get the highest tier for me and the lower ones for the family. It's very rare that they would be here without me.
that is
That's-
exactly what we will do too.
Yeah. And now I thought about that. And then you have to look at the blackout dates. That's the only thing that got me. I was going to get the dream key and get my husband the one below. I forget the name of it. But their blackout dates were so terrible. He's just getting the dream key too. Because
Yeah.
the blackout dates they're every
I-
Saturday, forever, out, blocked.
I looked at getting one there at Disneyland as well. And I'm like, I might as well just get the top one so that this way I can come. Like,
Because you don't know. That's the problem. You don't know. And then you want to go on a Saturday. Oh, we're blocked. So
Yeah.
That's the problem with the.
and then Ron saying, why do people always have to ruin it for us, those who do it right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on there. But I think that's a parking, annual pass, food discounts. I think those are going to stay flat for the reasons that I mentioned. But I wish they would put those scanners in at Walt Disney World,
Mm-hmm.
because that would also come back in and start to limit the people who are buying multiple items of the same thing
Yes.
and eBaying them.
Yes, that is a big problem at World. Land, we don't have the people buying 500 things. You're only allowed 6. That's it.
Yeah. So to me, and they have a track of who bought what.
Yeah.
So to me, it's a beautiful thing there. And I wish we would have to go to that as well, because then they would know definitively. You also see people coming back in and flashing white cards for DVC and still getting the discount.
Yep.
And they're just kind of relying on cast members to just not enforce the rules properly, which yeah,
That's frustrating.
not a huge fan of that
No.
tip and tactic as well. And then somebody
right.
from Facebook says they just joined. What do you think the chances are that DVC Blue Card holders deluxe will get free fast passes?
Hmm.
It would
Oh.
explain the new minimums.
That'd be good. That would be great. That would have
We've
you-
been saying, hey, give us a bonus, like a fourth one for
Yeah.
years. Okay. And they're not really budging or moving on that one. And I think it's because operationally speaking, you've got the parks division, which are their own VP and commercial unit. And then you've got DVC, which is its own commercial unit. And anytime they work together, like DVC has to negotiate out getting us our annual pass discount.
Mhm.
They have to negotiate out getting us the food and the merchandise discounts. They have
Yeah.
to pay over $500,000 every night to rent the parks out.
True.
Hopefully they get a keeping it in the family discount versus like last night somebody was saying Snap-on rented out all of
Yeah.
Magic Kingdom.
Right.
So hopefully they get a little better deal than Snap-on does because they're all Disney and it's all in the same family, but we don't know. Like,
But
it's different
it
divisions.
is
Well-
it's separate budget groups. You have to
Yeah.
look at
Yep.
the really separate companies,
Yeah.
because DVC is DVD Corporation,
Right.
right? Disney Vacation
Now-
Development.
Let me tell you this. I don't know if you guys know this. I get a discount on my annual pass. I get $20 in food vouchers for buying a Disneyland Magic Key. I get $20 off in food vouchers. I don't even get $20 off my cost of my pass.
Yeah. Hopefully they keep giving us the Florida resident discounts
Yeah.
and
Yes.
it's somewhat subsidized there as well.
Yeah.
And Mark is saying, I want to work for Snap-on now.
Right? What a fun
Yeah.
company picnic.
Yeah.
But going back to Facebook, the Facebook users, thought process, I think that perhaps staying deluxe DVC on our points, we will probably get the minimum of free fast passes a day, like 3. If there are extra tiered benefits of free fast passes, they will be hooked into packages, just like the dining plan was for free dining. Once you join DVC, you never got free dining again. That's
good.
going to be the same
Yeah.
thing with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Sorry,
That's just a
I
scary
just-
thought as to how things are going to
Yeah.
change.
The one- Oh, go ahead.
We've already paid our money to Disney. They have
Right.
us.
They have it. Yeah.
Mhm.
I did have this one thought though. They might, with the top tier pass, say, here's 3 fast passes for free. You pay for the rest or whatever they come up with.
If they did that for APs, I would love them, and I would be buying top tier APs.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
That
you
would
could have
make
like
it
a
worth it for
60-day reservation window
Yeah.
on it or something along those lines.
Yeah.
Or even the same day of, you can have 3.
You could have 3.
If there's no more fast pass reservations and they would let us have 3 per day.
Mhm.
Okay. Because they're going to go to this pay per play per day thing.
Right. They are.
And God knows how confusing that's going to be. I read Lynn Testa's report on it where he's like, there's 7 ways you're going to be able to do this now. And I'm like, oh my God, like pull the rest of my hair out,
No,
whatever is
Too
left.
much. Yeah, it's
Like-
too much.
And he's right. The idea that people just the one-time trippers are going to just throw money at Disney to understand it. I don't want to try to figure this out. How much do I have to pay to get the fast passes? That's what I'll pay.
Mhm.
Because I'm only here once and I'm only
Right.
coming once.
Yeah.
And yep. So yeah. Yeah, that would be I think that's the handwriting's on the wall there, right?
Yeah. Right.
And so I like your thought here, Mark. DVC should just get in for free. Well, everything.
We all agree with that.
You're not going to find any
all
arguments
agree.
here, but you're going to bankrupt some parks pretty fast.
Yeah.
And Christy wants to know from DCL Podcast. Shout out to our friends over there.
Hi.
Great show. What do you think they'll do with the APs currently in place?
I think they're going to phase them out. So when you renew, you're going to renew the new phase, whatever the new phase is. That's
yeah,
the plan.
I think when your benefits today expire, they're gone. It's like,
Yeah.
I have a Platinum Plus today until February 8th-ish. And I think once that happens, if there's no water parks ones, which will make me cry, I will be out of water parks. So, because I'm not paying a per day to go in there. I'm just not. And so we think we'll ride those out. Now, I have a renewal certificate for a Platinum as well. Doesn't have water
Wow.
parks, but I think I'll be able to keep that for another year because I did buy my renewal certificate. Now, pro tip there, book a trip right now, right after your pass expires, and
Mhm.
call up and buy an old pass. Worst case scenario, they take the exact dollar amount you have and apply it towards the new
To the
system.
new- yeah.
Right? Best case scenario, they take something away. You kept it because you have a renewal on file.
Yeah.
So that's my pro tip on that one.
Mhm.
And then she makes a comment and says, Disney's IT doesn't work with simple things. How's that
we
ever going to
know.
work? Like, yeah, we can't make it too simple because. And then Caleb was pointing out people already didn't understand FastPass.
True.
If you bring it back, they will pay for an easy version to use.
Yes,
True.
they will.
Very true.
Right. A lot of new people didn't get, I have to sign up, 60 days in advance or 30 days in advance if I'm off property, or check it on the day of. A lot of people just didn't get that.
Yeah.
And
I can't tell you how many times we walked down the fast pass lane past lines of people in the standby queue going, well, and this was pre-pandemic, so it was still fast passes. How are they skipping the line? And I would just be like, how did you come to
How'd you
Disney
not
World
know? Yeah.
and not do any research before you came? You spent how much money? And you didn't pick up a guidebook or look up something on the internet. It's out there, people.
yeah, but I mean, that's why our podcasts and our shows, and we have people
That's right.
tuning in and listening, and
That's why we're here.
that's why we're here. So
Yes.
I'm not going to throw those people under the bus. I'm just going to help educate them and help understand. Christy was saying they've already renewed. Some of us are good to 2022. I'm good to February 2023. And Danielle asked, how early can you renew? I have a trip scheduled for the end of January. My passes expire in December. You could call up member services today and make that case. They will check your reservation and go, yes, I will sell you renewal certificates today. And you need them so that you can make park reservations for them. It's kind of using the park reservation system against them. Because they normally wouldn't let you renew your pass until 30 days in advance, which was in their benefit because then they could raise the prices on them. Now with the park reservation system and you happen to call your shots, and I don't know if I'll get into a park then, I need a pass. I need a ticket media to be able to do this. Now they're falling on the sword and selling you your passes before 30 days. And that is the pro hacker tip that I have right there.
Another hack.
Yeah. And I mean, it's not even an illegal hack. It's Disney's system. It's just
Disney
pointing
hack.
out how their system works.
Yeah.
And then, what does this mean for you? Adam, I'll do a show on that later on. And basically, I sold my resale points. Is just I kept my 325 direct points, and we'll be using them at beach resorts and hopefully Grand Cal, and I'll be booking nights for Moonlight Magic. So,
and our new hotel's coming.
Yes, and I'll probably be adding on to Disneyland Hotel, which is why I did not shed a tear over selling Grand Cal.
Yep.
At like 270 a point when I paid 160 for it. So I was like, I can afford to buy Disneyland Hotel, even if it's 300 a point by then. So that's kind of the nutshell of the story there, Adam. And so will I be covered under the old AP perks for another year? We don't know. We don't know, but we're hoping we are with our old passes. But we don't know what's going to change as well.
They might just phase it out and say, okay, you paid this amount and that will go towards whatever the new phase is, whatever the new thing is called. Yeah.
We don't know how they're going to roll this out or what they're going to do. That would be a cluster mess as well. But either way, when these things drop, you can count on hours and upon hours of busy signals trying to call into Walt Disney World because everybody wants them. So if you can buy yours early when this news drops, or you can do it on the web and not have to call, by all means do that. And I think that would be a really great thing there. Gina, do we have a final question for tonight?
We do.
And I think it's a really simple and easy question.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what price point are you Dunzo? The end. I'm going to start. So I'm going to talk about Disneyland, of course. So when Disneyland said they're going to come out with these new keys or whatever they said, I was freaking out. And I said, my price that I'm done is $3,000. So I'll say
deep pockets, Gina, deep pockets.
It's worth $3,000 for me. I did all the math because they're charging $209 for a park hopper. So $3,000, that's 10 times I'm done or whatever. So for Premier, I'm going Premier for everything. It'll be $3,000 for the Premier though. Top
for both coasts.
Yes.
All in
$3,000.
$3,000.
Yeah.
Well, it was what, 2,500 before the pandemic?
Yeah.
I bought it when it was like 1,900.
I bought it when it was less. It was like 1,600 when I got it in 2017. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So,
So
$3,000.
$3,000 for everything done.
Marianne, what about you and your family?
Okay, so right now, Katie and I are the only ones with annual passes. And because the big kids don't always go with us, right? And Tom, hit or miss, sometimes he goes, sometimes he doesn't, depending on what we're doing. We are going on this December trip, right? For one day. We have one park day. And it's costing me $204 to buy a park hopper ticket for Tom for one day. Of course, I didn't buy a park hopper ticket. But for this scenario, we're going to say I needed a park hopper ticket because that would be equal to what I'd get with an AP, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I spent $204 for one day, and the average for Katie and I in a year is 10 days.
There you go.
I guess I'm out at 2,000, you know?
Exactly.
Which is nauseating to me when we've been paying $679 with our 15%, you know, kind of a thing. I don't remember what it was. It was under 800 with our, you know, Gold Pass plus our renewal discount.
Right.
So while I say that, I don't know what my price point of being out is. Would we do more the resort trips? I don't know. Would we do the resort trips and buy an AP across town?
That's what I did this summer.
You think about it. Yeah. You think maybe it might be time to do the neighbors. Yeah.
I don't know. And
SeaWorld has done away with park reservations, and I think Universal has as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because they hear all of our frustration with this reservation system.
Right.
And they hear Shapek doubling down on it, and they're going, ha, ha, ha.
Yeah.
Competitive advantage. We're dropping the reservation system. Okay.
I mean,
right.
In reality is next summer, I have enough rooms booked to take all 5 of us on this trip. Holy cow. To buy tickets for all of us for our normal 7-day trip? I don't know, guys. I don't know.
It's a lot.
I mean, that's, you know,
normally you do have to do 2 trips on an annual pass
to make it worthwhile.
Make it worthwhile. And that's what Amy's doing here. She's saying, as long as I break even in 10 days, every 12 months, I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at what point in time is it worth $200 a day?
It's over $200 a day for both land and world.
Yeah, that's kind of it. And
I mean, I get it. We're going in December. I get it. It's December, but it's December 10th.
Today was $154 for one day, one park at land today.
Yeah, well, land is just insanely crazy. But
there was nobody there, so that's why it was so great. And I only paid $83, so I'm good.
Yeah, so let's come back into this because there's some really great comments here. So Robert Campbell saying, for me, it would have to be more than $2,000 for me to be out.
Yeah, makes sense.
And I'm with you, Mary Ann, with the whole, I have the Platinum Plus pass for all the perks and benefits. The kids, you can have gold, you can have the lesser version, whatever.
That's what we would do.
And let's see. Oh, Kathy was saying, I hope Disney isn't listening to this part of the show. You know, mute Disney, right?
They already got my money.
How much we're willing to pay. I think they've already done their own math on this and their own research.
Yeah, they know.
They know. We're just talking amongst ourselves as a hot tub communication here, conversation as to what's going on. But Dan is saying, as a family of 6, I'm out if they go over $1,200 per. We will be enjoying the resorts more, I guess.
Yeah.
Dan, I don't know. Family of 6, I mean, 1,200, you're talking what? $6,000 plus 1,200 more. You're talking $7,200 for your.
So much. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't pay that for a year for my family.
Micah just has to stay under 3 forever. Keep him under 3 for a while.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. We're just going to have to keep the little kids under 3 and
sorry.
It's this weird time machine. I know they're growing, but
they're still 2.
Yeah. And Christy is saying $1,500 max each park a total of $3,000. So it's $1,500
Same
per
as me.
side.
Same as me. Yeah, that's what I say. $3,000.
I
for
think
the
that's
premiere.
fairly fair. I
Yeah.
do appreciate how DVC being Florida based gives us the Florida resident discounts, and it's a whole lot better than just the $20 food voucher.
Right.
Okay.
It's the best.
And Ron saying Disney recently stated they will have APs available again before 10/21. Any projections on when they will announce it and subsequent sales start?
I think after Magic Key. I think right after.
I think, yeah. Well, it's different call centers, isn't it, for Disneyland versus Disney
Yeah.
World?
Yeah, but ours is through the stinking IT department that someone was talking about earlier.
And then Lauren was saying she was out at $1,300 for my signature pass. I just couldn't justify it because it's an
Oh,
8-hour
yeah.
drive from Northern
She doesn't have
California.
that
That isn't that
quick.
appealing. And I don't think I'm about to spend $1,000 for a Walt Disney World pass next year. Tickets are already purchased for her big trip in January.
Okay.
But the good news is you could roll that ticket cost into an AP if it's more cost effective for
Right.
you. And Caleb saying a 5-day ticket is about $600. So 2 trips would put me at about $1,200 there, Caleb.
Yeah.
And then Derek says, to me, this makes considerable sense if hopping is needed.
Oh. I don't know. It's hard. That's a
Now,
hard
do
call.
all of the Disneyland versions have hopping on them?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. After 1. Oh, that's the other new rule. After 1, you can't go check in and pop back and forth like we used to.
Oh, that stinks.
Yeah. It's after 1.
Which really does, because it used to be, I can get a max pass over here.
Not
just-
anymore. Now it's after
Yeah.
1. And that was weird with my, that was weird with the virtual queue today because I did my web slingers and then I got my next one and it didn't even start the countdown till 1 p.m. So that was like, oh, I have to plan on staying here till 9 o'clock if I want to get on to Rise.
Wow.
Yeah, because it didn't start the countdown until 1 p.m. for the next batch of
Got it.
boarding
Okay.
groups. Yeah.
And then Christy was saying, I spent $4,000 for my 2 kids and my sister for the November and December trips. Hope it will cover the cost of an annual pass.
It should.
Christy, they have member services has told us 20 ways from Sunday, they are going to roll all of those ticket costs in towards an annual pass. I don't know how far they're going to go back, but they will start it at the first ticket that you roll in onto it. So I am going to be holding feet to the fire on that one. And I encourage everybody else to do it as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Derek says, otherwise he's out at about $800 for a gold. And
Yeah. That's high. Yeah, that's high for gold, I think. Yeah.
I think the really smart people are like Andrew, who the non-expiring tickets, when
Mhm.
he bought those stacks and stacks and stacks. I know Andrew
Right.
Darden did that. And
Yeah.
Chris Min from WDW podcast did that. Those guys are smelling like roses right now.
Uh-huh. Because they
Mhm.
paid
Yeah.
$1,000.
Yep. And then Adams was saying, I wish I bought a dozen passes last year.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spread them out over the next decade. Just stack up those renewal certificates.
Mhm.
And Derek was saying the only way it makes sense for us if we hopped regularly, but doing DVC and taking things slower, I don't need to hop. So that really reduces the price point, definitely under 1,000. Only thing I would tell you, Derek, is it's nice to come back in, hit one park in the morning, blow out your fast passes, come back to the resort there, hit the pool, and then go, what do we feel like tonight? What night show do we want to go see? Or what do we want to go see during the night show and go hit the attractions? That's kind of nice as well.
We're big hit Epcot at the end of the day, people.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we
Especially
will
during
do-
festivals.
Yeah, we'll hit
Yeah.
Epcot every single day of a trip in the evening.
And then Danielle saying it'll be less if Memory Maker isn't included. I always figured $338 per, towards of her annual pass cost went to Memory Maker. And she says, I also compare ticket versus AP using the renewal amount, which
It's
at
not gonna be
15%
less. Yeah.
is usually 54 days. If you're not going to be going to the park before 54 days before your pass expired, you were generally better off letting it expire because you could always renew it. Now that bit a bunch of us. Okay.
Mhm.
And then Amy's saying, ugh, please get rid of no park hopping until 2.
I think they're going to copy us and go to 1 or 12. That's my guess.
Yeah, especially because we start early. We start at like 7 in some parks.
Yeah, we start at
and
8. Ours is 8 to 1, so I bet you it's going to be 7 to 12. It's going to be 5. You have to do 5 hours at the first park, but you can check in at 11, go 11 to 12, and then hop.
Yeah. And Mark was saying my September trip was kind of free tickets. So do you think they would give me credit for an annual pass? And they're going to look at your actual out of cash
value of the ticket.
Yeah, your out of pocket money for that as well.
It's the value,
And-
not the it's not the what you paid it, or it's what you paid, not the value or something like that.
Yeah, Christy was saying it's also bad when staying at Grand California. We would often go in, get passes. Now with a 1 p.m. hop, we won't be able to do that.
Yeah.
That's really going to kill Disneyland. It's because it is so easy to hop. The gates face each other.
However, let me tell you, today we just did single rider for everything and we were done by 1. We did everything at one park. We were done by 1 and then we hopped over.
Yeah,
we were done by
still.
12. We were done by 12 and ate lunch and then went over.
Okay. And then Kathy says, Mary Ann, that plan hits Epcot every night. I'm staying at Beach Club next week. Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. And Caleb says, I love hopping, but I'm okay with it being after 2 at WDW, rope drop, lunch, swim, nap, night park, rinse and repeat.
Yeah, I'm with you, Caleb, on that. It's okay. It's not bad. It was not bad for us today.
Got it. Okay. Well, I think if I were to answer this question for me, I'm probably $2,000 for Walt Disney World before I'm out. But that better be the Platinum Plus with my water parks back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love my water parks, and my plan is to get off work at 4:00 and be wet by 4:15. Okay.
I love it. Yep.
The water parks after 4:00 are pretty ghost towns. Everything is pretty much walk on there. So that's when I love doing it. And I usually ride the ski hill up a couple of times and come down and then bounce around in the wave pool. So that's my deal. $2,000 there. Disneyland. I might be out at that 1,400. You know, it all depends on how much time I can get on Gina's or Andy's couch or something along those lines.
Right.
That's going to be my big motivating factor there, but I'm probably going to pick that pass up. I'm not going to lie, but I'm hoping that the premiere comes out and I can switch to that and get some benefit there with my water parks. So, okay. Well, that pretty much wraps up tonight's show. I want to do a final shout out and thank you to our 3 sponsors, Monera Financial, DVC Rental Store, and DVC Resale Market for their continued support of our platform and helping us pay some of the bills to kind of get this streaming thing and everything set up and all the editing software that we use. Couldn't do the show without them. And also huge thank you to our Patreons as well. So patreon.com, if you'd like to join us for a post show, we usually hang out in Discord after this. And if you're a Patreon member, you can sign up to Discord through Patreon. It'll link you right into our group and you'll be able to join us there. So we're going to head over to Patreon there. We encourage them all to come in and join us there as well. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll be back next week, right?
Yep.
I know we didn't plan on it till September 16th, but we missed you guys so much we had to just start coming back early. So we will be back next week. And Gina, what's our content? I think we're doing our detours next week.
Yes.
Is that perfect? So yeah, you'll get to hear about our summer meetup trips, meeting Dan and Holly Austin at Cedar Point and all kinds of fun things along those lines. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Have a great weekend. Hopefully you learned something in today's episode that'll help you go out there and plan something magical for your family. Let's go.